She loves you. But she cheats. Most men believe women only cheat when they're unhappy or unloved. But here's the truth they don't want you to hear. If you don't believe me, here's a well-known psychologist, Sadia Khan, explaining exactly why women cheat, even in loving relationships.
Men don't look for the red flags. With women, you come home late a few times and she's already suspicious. You don't reply to her text, she's already suspicious because we've been conditioned to think that's a red flag. Men aren't trained to think women cheat. They think women are loyal, loving, and, if anything, they're the one that's going to cheat. So they're not trained to look for the red flag. And what I say with women who are genuinely most likely to cheat, usually it comes from her background. If she grew up without a stable, loving father figure, when you are in a relationship, that person kind of becomes your everything. And when they sense a fear of abandonment, any abandonment that their partner might be spending too much time at work, might be taking long to reply, whatever it is, that woman who grew up with that fear of abandonment now thinks, shit, I'm going to be by myself, ends up going to somebody, having a backup plan. Whereas a woman with a healthy home, what happens when that happens, she doesn't like it, she'll communicate it more often.
Not because love is missing, but because emotional stimulation is. They can love their man deeply, but still seek excitement, validation, or novelty elsewhere. Psychologically, women are wired for emotional variety. They might feel safe and cared for in a relationship, but safety isn't the same as desire. You show up every day, do everything right, stay loyal, but in her mind it's predictable. It's routine. When emotional intensity fades, but the emotional craving doesn't, that's when she looks elsewhere. Here's the hard truth. Women cheat not only because of boredom, but because they believe they can do better. This is called hypergamy, the psychological drive to seek a higher value male. She may love you for who you are, but she's constantly scanning for who you're not. She sees the CEO at her job, the guy with power and presence, but compares him to the man who forgets to lead at home. And here's the brutal part. She might not even do it consciously, but her biology will still steer her toward the stronger male. You give her consistency, but she craves chaos. You offer peace, but her dopamine system rewards unpredictability. Psychologically, attention hits the female brain like a drug. A new man liking her pic, sliding into her DMs, it triggers the same dopamine response as a slot machine. She doesn't even need to physically cheat at first. But emotional cheating? That starts the moment she starts hiding her phone. You trust her because she says she loves you, but her love and her loyalty are not always the same thing, even in a loving relationship. But if she feels taken for granted, she starts drifting. She may be your girlfriend or wife, but deep down, she still wants to feel like a woman being chased. Routine kills romance, security kills tension, familiarity kills polarity. You provide stability, but she still needs unpredictability. She cheats not because you're bad, but because she doesn't feel seen the way another man just made her feel. That one compliment from a stranger but said at the right moment can hijack her mind for days. Here's where it gets darker. She will rationalize it. She'll say, it just happened, but that's not true. Psychologically, women often justify betrayal by shifting blame. She was lonely. He stopped caring. I didn't feel desired anymore. But in reality, it was a choice. Premeditated or not, she crossed a line. She can love you and cheat on you. But most men don't want to accept that. So what's the takeaway? Being loving isn't enough. Being loyal isn't enough. Being available isn't enough. She may love you, but if you lose your masculine edge, she will drift. Be the man she chose every day. Lead. Stay sharp. Protect your frame. Because in the end, a woman doesn't cheat because she stopped loving you, but because she stopped respecting you. Subscribe for more real talk on dating, female psychology, and how to lead as a man.